because his love doesn't exist. Episode 18.
Your father said that your grandmother is close with Yangjin's CEO and his wife. He asked grandfather to let him know if the people at Yangjin are struggling with anything.
And what did grandfather say? Anxiety flooded my head as Guihian told me of their conversation.
He just said all business owners are the same, that they all just struggle with the worry that their business might go under.
Right. Why is Ichon father curious about the Hanam parents? Does he purely want to thank them for raising Yunhai as their own? But that might be too optimistic, considering the violent mood swings Ichon mother has been having, and the painfully gloomy countenance of Ichon father as of late. Neither of them currently has the capacity to extend acts of gratitude.
Oh, by the way, when should I visit you and your family in Seoul? When would be the most convenient for you?
Huh. You're visiting us in Seoul?
Yeah, because your grandmother invited me.
My grandmother invited you?
You hadn't heard? Your dad said that she wanted to see me now that I'm done with my military service.
I'm sure they were going to tell me soon.
How does next Friday sound to you? Your father left it up to me to pick the date.
You don't have to ask me. Pick a day that works for you.
Do you have plans that day?
I do, actually. Next Friday is when Ichon has his next leave. He's already finished half of his service and is now a corporal. I felt my fingertips tingle with excitement as I recalled his boastful voice, saying, "Just wait and see what Corporal Ichon Zhang has to offer."
That's when Ichon has his leave.
Is it?
Yeah. But he's always so busy during his leaves, so much so that our family and I hardly get to see him at all.
I'm sure he's busy seeing all his friends. I should just pretend not to know a thing and give him a nonchalant reply.
Well, he sure is popular among his guy friends, and not to mention his girlfriends.
Something tells me that Guihian is trying to fish a reaction out of me. Oh, really?
You really didn't know?
Well, how would I know anything about his social life? I pretended that tidbit about Ichon's popularity didn't hurt my feelings. But I did make a mental note to talk to Ichon about his popularity. And the next Friday, Guihian came up to Seoul as planned. Grandmother invited him to her Hanam home along with the Ichon parents. But she didn't invite me, not that I ever expected her to. Even if she did, he would have made an excuse not to go. I'm too preoccupied with packing my things for the move anyway, not to mention seeing Ichon today. Is it time already? I should get going. It looks like I'm a bit early. I wonder if Ichon will take that exit. There he is. Ichon, you're here.
I see you're wearing sneakers instead of rubber shoes. Well, at least you haven't run off in them.
I could smell the cold winter air on him. Wearing rubber shoes in the winter would give me frostbite. Here, hold this hand warmer and warm up. What do you want to drink? Something warm?
Actually, I have a better idea. They're freezing, huh?
Yos. His ice-cold hands sent shivers through my body and set my heart racing.
You sound so funny. How've you been?
My cheeks flushed so hot, I started panicking a little. Ichon was smiling as he always does, but the air around him somehow felt different than usual, and it made it difficult to breathe. Seconds felt like hours. All right, military man, what'll you have to drink?
I'm good. If you've had your coffee, let's go.
We could stay and warm you up a little, you know.
I'd much rather hold your hand in the cold.
I have gloves.
What? You gotta share the pain. You can't enjoy the warmth of your gloves alone. Anyway, how does it feel to be a college student?
It doesn't feel real yet. I know some people find their fellow students on social media and message apps, but I don't really feel like doing that. I'm sure I'll find out more at the orientation.
You'll have so much free time now. What do you want to do?
Says who? I plan on being very busy.
Oh, yeah? Doing what exactly?
I'm going to work part-time at a friend's cafe. I have exams to prep for, etc., etc.
Work part-time? Exams?
So I have a close friend whose parents run a cafe. It'll be hers later on. Anyway, I've agreed to work part-time there. It's all settled.
Why do you want to work there?
For the experience. It's a lie, of course. My only purpose in working is to make money. There's the money that Ichon father gave me, but I don't intend on using it. I'll have to return it all someday, anyway. I feel this pressure to gain financial independence in order to not rely on that money.
When are you going to pay back your debt?
I'm so sorry. Please, if you could give us an extension.
I can't erase the memory of the unhappy, impoverished times I shared with my Hanam parents.
And what's this about the exams? Are you going to get your driver's license?
No, I'm going to take the civil service exam.
What? Didn't you want to be a children's book author?
Not anymore. I have changed my mind. I'm still writing here and there. Just no children's stories.
Why do you want to be a civil servant, and all of a sudden?
Because your future is set, you pass the exam. It guarantees a stable career, as long as you are diligent and don't make a big mistake. You don't have to worry about bankruptcy or getting fired.
Did your dad lose big on an investment, or get scammed big time while I was away? Is that why you're suddenly acting like this?
What's wrong with how I'm acting? It's totally normal for someone who just became an adult to start planning for her future.
That's not true. None of the kids your age that I know are like you.
Well, there's always a first. This isn't the complete truth. I'm planning on applying to work part-time packaging goods at Yongjin after I move. I want to see my birth parents in person, even if it's from a distance. I was hesitant at first, unsure if that's okay for me to do, but my heart was set the moment I heard that Ichon father asked about Yongjin. I can worry about showing my birth parents will feel once they find out and I'm their birth daughter later.
Since when have you been so independent? Does your dad know about this?
Don't you dare tell him. I'll never tell you another thing if you do.
So, you've only told me about all this?
Yep. That should be welcome information, and he's still following his brows.
Tell me everything. What else has happened? I bet there's more.
Oh. I'm moving next week. To a quiet, clean apartment in Gangdong.
You guys are moving? I thought your parents would live in Ichon forever.
No, I'm the only one who'll be moving. I had to practically beg them every day until they said yes.
Hold on, you're moving out on your own?
What is with that horrified face? You can relax, I'm going to move back in if things are too hard.
Sian Kim. I think you've read one too many fictional stories. How can you even think about living on your own? This is beyond fearless, it's reckless. Don't you even watch the news?
I do, in fact. And you said that you'd also be moving out once you're done with military service.
Are you saying that I'm the same case as you? Listen, I'm a post-military black belt, and you're just a college girl. And why now? Why can't you move out after I'm done with my service?
I knew that he'd be surprised to hear of my moving out. But I had no idea he'd this mad. Is this really something to be so mad about?
I'm not done talking. I heard your grandmother invited Gwihian over tonight.
There it is. This is the real reason he's mad.